judge told you that you're supposed to be here on July 8th with a lawyer.
Yes, I have to comply with the rule, and I will. I agreed that I will have a lawyer. I'm not ready for that lawyer to be presented today because I'm still in the process of meeting attorneys to find the right person that can help me with the case the way I want to defend myself.
We saw the judge that she was a little bit mad that you didn't have like a lawyer today. She even didn't let you talk in this process.
I understand that she's upset because she may, you know, feel that I'm ignoring her order to not self-represent myself. That's not the case.
She also told you that it was very serious, that this is the third time that you doesn't have a lawyer, and that she actually, if you don't comply with her of having a lawyer on July 8th, that you might have another charge.
Yeah, so she's correct. This is the third time because on the 16th of June, when I was prepared to do the hearing myself, that was the first time, and she felt that I should not represent myself, and I said, fine. The second time was June 23rd, which was last week. She said, who's your lawyer? And I said, I'm still looking. And today she asked me, who's your lawyer? And I said, I'm still looking. I'm not comfortable with the people I've met with as of now. And as I explained before, I went into the courtroom this morning to all of you that it is important for me to be represented the way I feel I want to be represented. I don't want to have I don't want to hold back in my presentation at the hearing. I would like to give 100% of the facts at the hearing, in spite of the fact that the attorneys I met so far feel that's not wise. They feel that I should hold back all of my defense strategies until the actual trial. And I don't feel that's the right thing. I'd rather defend myself at the hearing because that itself is a respectful court, and to hold back anything against any court is not appropriate in my opinion. I don't want to play strategies.
But you understand that if actually you don't appear with the lawyer here, she might take other actions, like maybe arrest you because you don't have a lawyer on July 8th?
I will keep looking for a lawyer, but I will not settle on a lawyer, just to have a lawyer for the sake of having a lawyer. I'm going to have a lawyer that I agree with, that feels that they can convey my words in legal ways because I don't know how to cross-examine people. I don't know the exact rules, and I don't know all the procedures. But I do know what the facts are. I know what happened. I'd rather that I explain the truth, and whatever that brings me, I'll deal with.
You also were saying that the lawyers that you spoke with were telling you different reasons why they didn't want to represent you. One of them is that you were talking to the press.
That's correct. Half of the lawyers don't want to represent me because I speak to the press. My feeling is that I should speak to the public as well because I want the people to know that the facts are with self-defense. The press said on the day that I was arrested without me being interviewed that it was about my golf ball. It wasn't about my golf ball. The dog never took my golf ball. It was somebody else's golf ball, and nobody was upset about that. Actually, it was kind of cute that the dog took the golf ball, and it was playful. But all of a sudden, he turned from one moment of playfulness to the next moment of attack. And a pack of dogs, when they attack, they're going to shred you. They don't know the difference between one kind of dog or animal or person. Once a dog gets into a frenzy, it's a frenzy, which means they're going to attack.
What other reasons the lawyers that you were trying to get to represent you told you that they didn't want to represent you? What other reasons they told you?
Well, it's only that. The ones who didn't want to represent me is because I talked to the press. The ones who were willing to represent me, I could not agree with them on the strategy of holding back evidence and information at the hearing. They wanted to hold it for the trial.
But on July 8th, you expect to actually come here with a lawyer and have everything ready because the judge told you that she cannot give you a public representation.
That's fine, and I had offered the judge to offer me public representation, and I would pay for it because I wouldn't want the people to have to pay for my defense. I would pay for my own. But if she feels that she has somebody who can represent me, I would be willing to pay for that. According to the judge, they don't do that at the state level. So my option right now is to show up on July 8 with somebody that I am comfortable with, or I will come in and be held in contempt.
And
I
you
will
are
not-
you are gonna comply with it?
I am attempting to comply with it. I continue to interview attorneys. I continue to do that every day. But I will not choose an attorney simply because it's a date that I have to comply with. If I am not comfortable with the attorney, I will come in here by myself, and the judge will do whatever the judge has to do, unfortunately. But it's almost like a marriage. Your parents choose the wife for you and say you will marry her.
But you are aware that she actually can tell you that you are not complying and arrest you?
Yes, I don't want that to happen. Last thing I want to do is upset the court. I am very respectful of the court, the law. For those of you who remember, I did not resist arrest in spite of the fact I was not guilty, in spite of the fact it was self-defense, in spite of the fact I was never interviewed by the police at all before being arrested. I have not yet been interviewed by the police. Nobody knows my story except for what I tell you, the press, and for that, it's upsetting the lawyers, and I can't help myself except just speak the truth.
Something else that you want to say?
No, I'm doing my best. I'm respectful of everything, the process. I take nothing as a joke. This is very serious. I could be in jail a long time because of false charges. It was self-defense. If any of you were in my situation that day, I don't know what you would have done. You know, if you're looking at someone that's coming at you and that's going to attack you, and it's a pack of dogs. I can't stress that enough. A pack of dogs are going to behave instinctively. These are carnivorous dogs that are not fed by the golf course. The golf course uses them to eat the iguanas to reduce the iguana population. That's inhumane by itself. If they really want to get rid of iguanas, they should trap them and set them free in a jungle. To have wild animals go and eat them alive and shred them 10 dogs eating one iguana while the iguana's alive is not humane. And then the dogs are being starved. They're not being fed, they're not getting medical care, they could have disease, they could have rabies, and they're putting these wild dogs, iguanas, and the people at the golf course, and the residents of the golf course, the 900 families living on the golf course that have been attacked, their pets have been attacked, and the golf course chooses to do nothing. They feel it's a government's responsibility to resolve the dogs. And look what happened. Here I am now. I was trying to have a simple afternoon of golf, and I had to defend myself from life or death, and if not death, at least be mauled and ripped apart. Is that how we should go to a golf round? Is that how dogs should have to live? Dogs should be in a home, somebody's home. Dogs should be in a sanctuary. If the golf course really wanted to be responsible, they would take these dogs and move them to a sanctuary. This is not the way it should be done. And I'm fighting not just for myself, but I would also like to fight for the dogs to be relocated to a sanctuary, for the iguanas not to be eaten up alive like that. They should be trapped and repositioned. I will do what I can to comply with the judge. Thank you.